Okay, so here we're trying to solve for this guy, which we're calling y prime. And so what we want to do, the first thing we want to do is every term that doesn't have a y prime in it is going to get moved to the other side. So we're going to move the 1 over, and we're going to move the y over. So we're going to subtract y and then add the number 1 to the other side. Okay, so if we do that, we're going to get x y prime minus 3y prime is equal to negative 2y plus 2. Okay, now here to finish solving for y prime, what I want to do is since both of these terms on the left side have a y prime, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor it out, leaving x minus 3 in there, and the right side is going to stay the same. And so then what I can do is then just divide by x minus 3 to move this guy over. And so then in the end I get that y prime is equal to 2y plus 2 over x minus 3. And that's it. Okay, so I want to solve for y prime. Notice I've got y prime right there on the left, another one on the right. I mean, sorry, 2 on the left. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so what I want to do first is every term that doesn't have a y prime is going to get moved to the other side. And so then what I'm going to have is x over y times y prime plus 3y squared y prime is equal to 1 over x and then minus natural log of y from moving this guy over. Okay, and then since I have a y prime on both terms, it's common to both, then I can factor it out, leaving me with x over y plus 3y squared, and the right side is just going to stay the same, 1 over x minus natural log of y. And then by dividing both sides by this guy, or just moving it over, we would get this whole thing, 1 minus x minus natural log of y divided by x over y plus 3y squared. And that's it. Okay, so this happens pretty often in calculus. You get a crazy algebraic expression that you need to solve. And in this case, again, we're solving for y prime, and we've got y primes on the right side, y primes on the left side. Notice, though, that you've got a y prime inside of the parentheses here. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is take care of that. So I'm going to get rid of the parentheses by distributing this guy on both of these. Another option you have also is you can multiply both sides by this denominator right here. But I'm just going to do it this way. So, alright, so then what I get is 2xy over 1 plus x squared y squared. And I'm gonna separate them. So I'm gonna have x squared y prime over 1 plus x squared y squared. Okay, and then might as well, well, no, I'll just do that on the next step. Okay, so equals to y squared plus 2xy y prime. Okay. So let me locate all of my y primes again. I've got one right here. I've got another one right here. So I've got two y primes. So what I'm going to do is every term without a y prime, for example, this guy, I'm going to move to the right side. Every term with a y prime, I'm going to put on the left side. So if I do that, I'm going to write down this guy first. So I have x squared y prime over 1 plus x squared y squared. Okay, so that's just this guy. And then this guy, I'm moving over to the left, so minus 2xy y prime is equal to, and then I've got y squared, that's this guy, just stays there. And then this guy moved over, so this is going to be minus 2xy over 1 plus x squared y squared. Okay. And then my usual, I'm going to now factor my y prime. So I've got a y prime here and a y prime right there. So I'm going to factor it out, leaving me inside with all of these guys that are left over. So I'm going to have an x squared over 1 plus x squared y squared minus 2xy is equal to, and this I'm just going to write down again. Now you can do some simplification steps in here and all that, but I'm just going to leave it alone. And then of course the last step is to simply move this guy over by dividing by it. So I'm going to divide the entire thing by x squared over 1 plus x squared y squared minus 2xy. And so that's going to be my end result right there. Okay, so this one's kind of a doozy, and you might be wondering, well, why is this all messed up like this? I mean, this looks terrible. But very often, you know, in real life, you get stuff that looks like this. It just like looks like an incomprehensible mess. And you've got to do some algebra to fix this. So let's try to simplify the easiest stuff first. The first thing to notice is that you've got a 17x plus 7 up here, and you've got a 17x plus 7 squared. So this means that you can divide one of these with one of these to leave you with just one 17x plus 7. Okay, and then another thing to notice is that when you distribute this guy, you're going to get 17 squared times x. Now 17 squared is 289, and then 17 times 7 is 119. So let me go up a little bit. So this right here, why don't I just write down what this is? This is 289x, and then plus 119. And then this is minus 17x times 17. That's just minus 289x. So luckily, you know, these guys also, you know, when I subtract those two, I get 0. Okay. So let me simplify this a little bit. Let me go down here to the next line. Now, if you look at this here, the only thing remaining is a 1. And then in this parentheses, the only thing remaining is a 119. Now, if I want to put this into... So if I multiply the 7 that's right here times 1 times 119, I would get on the numerator 833. Okay, so that's all of this stuff because these guys canceled. And then on the bottom, I'm going to have 17x times, so that's this guy, times 17x plus 7. And this is all over negative x to the negative 2. Might as well just write that as negative 1 over x squared. So just moving this guy, turning this into its reciprocal to get rid of the negative exponent. Okay. So then invert and multiply this guy, of course. This guy comes up as times x squared over negative 1. Okay. And so what we get from that is, notice that one of these x's cancel with one of these. So then what I get is also 833 and 17. If I divide those, I would get 49 for this guy. And so then this is equal to 49, and then I've got x here, over, this is going to be negative, so I'm going to put the negative right there, and then over 17x plus 7. And that's it.